Hi! So I have another nail mail video. There's going to be a few of these during the Black Friday sale season. And this one is a new to me brand called Witchcult Nail Lacquer. Oh, it looks like I got a little extra sample here. This is candy cane cuticle butter. One of the really fun things about the smaller indie companies is that they do a lot of little extras with their shipments. So this is everything that came in the box. The candy cane cuticle butter sample. It does smell quite nice and a little bit pepperminty. Here's their card if anybody is interested. So I found out about Witchcult from a Facebook group that I'm in called All the Polishes, and I'll post a link in the description. And I found out about it because Witchcult was doing a special for the group. It was the November group custom, which is Opal of my eye. So that's how I found out about it, because just seeing the images of their custom was very beautiful. So I was interested in seeing some more. So first up we have Juniper, which is a magnetic, and once again they put it just right on the label, which I like because I sometimes will forget that things are magnetic. And I've been playing with the magnet a little bit already. So it's this dark, like kind of leaning towards purple red, and it has all these different color flakies. I'll see if it's difficult to get the camera to focus on flakies, especially when there's so much else going on in the bottle. But it has these different colored flakes. It's described as lime, copper, and blue flakes. So let's actually swatch this out as well. So it seems pretty sheer on the first coat, but we'll let that dry for a couple minutes. It looks more sheer on camera than it is in person, but it will probably end up being a 3-coater, which is fine. I don't have a problem with, especially when they're a specialty finish or something, with them being 3-coaters instead of 2-coaters. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the 3rd coat, and maybe if I adjust my light source a little bit, it'll be a bit more true to color, because it's showing up on my phone camera as much more sheer than it is in person. It is a little sheer, just not as sheer as it looks on the camera right now. It looks great in the cat eye style. So here is Witchcult Lacquer's Juniper. I think I called it Jupiter at first, but it's Juniper in 3 coats. It is a tiny bit sheer, but I'm just going to say again, it's coming out much more sheer on my camera than it is in person. Next up we have Orion, which I didn't get just for the name, but it definitely helped. It's described on the website as black and green with linear holo. So let's swatch it. The website did not specifically say if this color was inspired by the Orions on Star Trek, but it seems like maybe it was. So there's one coat of Orion. Okay, let's do a second coat of Orion. Yeah, this looks like it's going to be a two-coater. And here you can see the dark green linear holo. So this is two coats on the swatch stick of Witchcult Lacquer Orion. Now moving on, we have Sea Glass, which is a thermal, and I really appreciate when brands do this, when, well, either makers or brands do this, when they put thermal or magnetic or glow in the dark right on the label. So right now it's in its cold state, so it's dark blue. And some of these flakies are showing up really well in here. It's a tri-thermal that goes from its cold state, which is this dark blue that you see here, and then it goes all the way to purple. And from the pictures on the website, which I will probably get and post on here, you can see it turns kind of a light greenish blue, like a light teal in between. So I will swatch it, and when it's completely dry, I'll try and get the tri-thermal effect on camera. So this is the first coat of Sea Glass. Oops, I lost some flakies. There we go. I'll place them a little bit. Okay, let's see if I can capture the elusive thermal on camera. So the thermals are not elusive because they're difficult. Like, I'm wearing a thermal right now. I just find them difficult to capture well on camera. There we go. So this is probably kind of the medium warm state, and it looks sort of like a tealish green to me. So different flakies are showing up better in its cold state versus its warm state. And moving on to Opal of My Eye, which was a custom for the Facebook group called All the Polishes. Let's try and get that into focus. I'll also link the group in the description. So far, I am liking the bottles. I like this type of square bottle. I just think they look cool. The cap is a little bit like, I guess slippery, but it's not too bad. It might also be because I recently put on moisturizer. And I like the brush. It's kind of a medium size brush. So it's not the really thin brushes, and it's not necessarily one of the fluffy brushes. It's kind of in that happy medium size. The description from the website of Opal of My Eye is that it's a shifty blue, red, copper, green, gold shimmer with iridescent micro flakies. And I've got to say, I do agree with that description. There you go. Seeing the pictures posted in the Facebook group made me really curious about this whole brand. It's just very beautiful and unique. It's one of the things that I like about indie brands. They're smaller and there's just a lot of attention to detail put into them. And you get different and interesting colors and combinations and finishes. Okay, let's go in for that second coat. So I maybe put just a little too much on the brush. So the brush and the formula with the 4 that I've swatched so far are quite nice. I'd say that the formula is a tiny bit on the thinner side, so they're not quite as like opaque in just 2 coats. But like I said before, I don't really mind when they have so much going on. Like all these micro flakies, I don't mind having, you know, a few 3-coaters in my collection if they have really special finishes like this. So this was 2 coats of the All the Polishes Facebook group custom. Okay, so let's move on now to Lavendar Skies. This is a lavender purple linear holo. I'm not sure if the camera's getting it or if you're mostly getting reflection from my lamp. Let's do that. But I can see the linear holo quite well in person. It also looks like my camera's showing it leaning a bit more towards the blue end, but this to me is a very true lavender. It's a light cool toned purple. There we go. I was going to say it's looking a tad streaky on the first coat, but I'm pretty sure that was user error because I just had a little bit too much on my brush. And I like to swatch the bottom side of the swatch so that when you turn it over, it looks like it would with the top coat. So right after I finished saying that this brand's formula seems a little on the sheer side, I opened one up that could possibly be a 1-coater on short nails. But I'm going to go in with the second coat now of Lavendar Skies. So this is 2 coats of Lavendar Skies. I've tried adjusting my light a little bit because it doesn't lean quite as blue as it looks on camera. Which it looks pretty on camera too, it's just not the same. So I'll pop up a photo from the website because that will probably be more color accurate. So here's all 5 of them together. They're not a collection or anything. It's just that I wanted to try out this brand. And so I just picked 5 of them that I really liked. And so far, just from swatching, I like the formula and the brush. They actually came in the mail, I think, a day earlier than expected. So I have an overall positive opinion of Witchcult Lacquer, and I will definitely be buying from her again. And I cannot wait to wear some of these polishes. I tend to be more of a seasonal wearer, but I think most of these could go pretty much all year. Juniper here seems very fall, but I could also see wearing it in the winter. And I am curious to see how the thermal effect goes for me with the sea glass. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.